and welcome to Ivy English. I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
Today is the second day of a 2-day article, which started yesterday, and it's called The Rise of Subscription Services. It's July 19th, by the way.
好，我们的今天文章是昨天文章的第二部分。那文章的标题是你订阅了吗？
Now, yesterday we were talking about what is a subscription service model. And the idea has been around for about 100 years. And originally the idea was we'll sell you things that you then keep. And we'll sell them to you piece by piece or bit by bit as you need them. And then you keep these things and you own them. The newer, more updated subscription services, we will lend you these things. But the instant you stop paying us money, you lose all access to them. Unless it's delivering physical objects to your door. But if it's having to do with media or software or information services, it's like keep paying us money or lose access, which is a very different proposition than at any point you can stop buying our product.
好，所以我们昨天谈到这个订阅制，好，那基本上传统的订阅制就是你订阅之后，这个东西就是你的，好，它就会送，这个时间到就会送到你这边来，你就拥有这个东西。那现在这个的订阅制呢，还有些还是像以前传统的一样，但是也有一些订阅制呢，就是你只是付钱，只是享受那个 access， 你可以取得这个服务。那你当然你这个如果不付钱的，那你就没办法取得这个服务。而且呢，有的时候你之前用这个服务所做的一些东西，可能你也没有办法再拿到了。
So today we're talking about a business that is the traditional model. They provide you a service that you pay for, and then the service is like something, it's not that you own, it's actually helping you get rid of things. So they're providing you a service. And so you can at any point opt out of the service and not need it anymore, and it doesn't hurt you in any way. So this is more of the traditional subscription business model.
好，那今天的我们要谈的这种订阅制呢，比较接近传统的，就是说你订了你就可以享用，而且呢，主要是这个不是一个产品，说你可以买回家要留着的，好，所以你只要付钱就可以享受这样的一个服务，真的是享受服务，而不是说这东西可能会变成他的或者怎么样。
So let's read today's article. With the subscription business model having so many benefits, it's no surprise that many companies have turned to it in recent years. One particular company that stands out from others is the U.S.-based recycling business Ridwell, a company working to recycle items that are difficult to dispose of. Ridwell was founded by a father and son in Seattle, Washington, after they struggled to find a place to safely dispose of old batteries. They realized that many of their neighbors probably struggled with the same issue. So, when they finally found a proper location, they offered to collect everyone's old batteries and drop them off at the recycling center. The response they got was overwhelmingly positive, so the pair decided to collect other difficult-to-recycle items from their neighbors. Eventually, their service grew into Ridwell. The company works by collecting items from customers who sign up for the service. Employees will stop by customers' houses every 2 weeks to pick up different recyclable items. Ridwell provides specific bags and bins to put certain types of things in, such as clothes, plastics, light bulbs, and more. A detailed list on the company's website explains the exact types of items that can go in each bin and on what days they will be collected and new ones delivered. Not only does Ridwell clean, sort, and recycle difficult items like food bags and delivery packaging, but they also reuse old clothing by washing it and sending it to people in need. At the cost of only $12 a month, using Ridwell is a great way to safely get rid of the pesky items lying around the house for years. I just feel like it's fantastic to live on this island of Taiwan, because here the government just does all this stuff for us. We don't have to pay a separate company to recycle our stuff for us. There's just a public service available to us.
Yeah.
The U.S. loves their private services, but thank you, I prefer having the government do it for me.
所以台湾有一个好处，就是这些东西呢，这个都可以由政府来回收，所以你不用找这个私人的公司帮你做这些事情。
Yeah, and 7-Eleven takes care of your batteries for you. There's clothes donation boxes everywhere to get rid of your clothes for you. Taiwan is super convenient.
Yeah, 所以台湾真的很方便，尤其都市里面，你这个电池你可以直接拿到 7 或者是这个便利超商，他们就会帮你回收。那你衣服多出来，到处都有那个衣服的回收箱。
Yeah. So I don't have to pay $12 to anybody to manage my recycling for me.
Yeah. 好，那其实这个其他你要回收的东西呢，家具什么的，这个也可以跟政府联络，这个清洁队也会帮你收，只不过你要自己搬到楼下去而已，大概就是这样子。那如果你有，那甚至有些东西你有一些回收站，这个私人公司经营或者是慈善团体经营的回收站，你也可以直接拿到那边去，他们就会帮你收了。
Yeah, and it's at the scale at which you know that these things are then being taken care of properly. I mean, what my question is about Ridwell is, what are they doing with this stuff, and are they taking care of it properly?
Oh, supposedly.
Hopefully. Yeah.
所以这个 Ridwell 他们专门替你回收这些东西，那当然我们当然也要相信他可以好好的去处理这些回收的废弃物。
Anyways, let's talk about their name. Ridwell. You get rid of something well. You're well rid of it. Actually, to be well rid of something is an English expression. So they probably went, oh, you're well rid of it. Ridwell. But also it sounds like a typical company name in the U.S.
所以这个 Ridwell 听起来就是一个很典型的美国公司。那当然它本身的意思 rid 就是 get rid of 那 well 就是很好，所以丢得好，都很好的把它丢掉了。那当然英文里面也有这种说法 to be well rid of something.
Okay, so here's our article again, but line by line. With the subscription business model having so many benefits, it's no surprise that many companies have turned to it in recent years. So with something being so good, it's no surprise that many people use it. This is a very typical sentence pattern.
Yeah, 所以 with 是一个附随状况，在这个状况之下 it's no surprise that 就在这个状况之下，那 that 子句所说的那件事情也就没有什么觉得让人觉得奇怪的地方了。所以这里呢 with 是在什么情况之下的？这个情况就是这个订阅制的商业模式 having so many benefits 有这么多的好处，所以在这样的情况之下 it's no surprise that 就底下这件事情也就不足为奇了。什么是不足为奇呢？很多公司 have turned to 很多公司都转向 it 就是指这个订阅商业模式 in recent years 最近几年来。所以既然有这么多好处，那很多公司最近几年来就转向了这种订阅制的商业模式，那这也不足为奇了。
So one particular company that stands out from others, so that is more noticeable than others, is the U.S.-based recycling business Ridwell. If something's U.S.-based, when they say that, it means it's actually an international company or a company with international reach, but its legal status and its origin, maybe not its origin, its legal business registration is in the company that they say, is in the country that they say. So U.S.-based means its legal registration is in the U.S. And so it's a recycling business called Ridwell, and it's a company working to recycle items that are difficult to dispose of. To dispose of something is to get rid of something or to throw it out. It's the sort of more formal term for it.
好，所以这个 US-based 就是指它是在美国注册的一个公司。好，那当然中文通常翻译就直接翻成美国的一个公司。好，所以这个句子他说 one particular company 有一个特定的公司 that stands out from others。Stands out from 就是比什么杰出，也就是在这些之中呢，鹤立鸡群那种感觉，很显著的感觉。所以有这么一个很杰出的这样的一个公司，就是 is， 也就是这一个美国的 recycling business 回收的一个公司，那名字就是 Ridwell。后面在同位语告诉你，它是一个 a company working to 这公司，它是致力于它从事什么事情，叫 working to， 它做的事情是 recycle。回收 items 一些物品，什么样的物品呢？ Items that are difficult to dispose of. To dispose of 就是 to get rid of 就 throw out 的意思。所以你要丢掉的东西，很难丢的东西，那这家公司专门就是帮你处理这些东西， recycle 这些你很难处理很难丢掉的这种东西，因为家里面总是有些东西不容易处理或者不容易丢弃。
Ridwell was founded by a father and son in Seattle, Washington.And they decided to build this company after they themselves struggled to find a place to safely dispose of old batteries. So it's really hard to find a place to dispose of old batteries, especially lithium batteries. And especially now that we have so many products that come with built-in batteries that eventually die. And you know, there's somebody found out that the average American has about 15 pounds of electronic garbage stacked in their house somewhere. 15 to 30 pounds. And we're just, because there's nowhere to throw it out and there's nowhere to safely dispose of it. So we're just storing, there's like a distribution of electronic garbage spread across every household in the United States. Well, that was the study, but it's across the world problem, really.
Yeah. 好，所以这个 Ridwell 它是谁所创立的呢？ Was founded by 一对父子 A father and son， 这是在西雅图华盛顿州。这在什么时候创立呢？在他们 struggle to 就是努力想办法要找一个地方来 safely 很安全的 dispose of 来丢弃 old batteries 这个旧的电池。那刚刚 Angela 老师有提到这个其实一个很大的问题，因为很多电池呢它是 built in， 它是这个内建的，所以你自己要拆又怕不会拆，或者拆出来可能更多的污染。那这个但是电池又在里面，你又不知道怎么办。所以刚刚 Angela 老师有提到说，有人研究美国的家庭，每一个家庭大概有15磅到30磅的这种电子垃圾在家里面，就因为他不知道怎么丢，所以就放在家里面就占位置。好，例如说旧的电脑那个硬碟，你会觉得这个旧电脑如果给人家回收，那硬碟里面万一有什么比较敏感的资料就被人家拿去了，那你就会担心所以可能很多人那个旧的电脑最后好吧，那就放家里吧，那就堆起来。
And so the people who started Ridwell realized that many of their neighbors probably struggled with the same issue. So they're struggling with the same problem. People across the world are struggling with this problem, electronic garbage.
所以这种电子垃圾 the same issue 或者废弃电池，这同样的问题就是指这些问题。所以他们了解到说，他们很多的邻居也许也是 struggled with， 也是在搞这东西搞得头大叫 struggled with， 就很头大的，对于这样的同样的一个问题觉得很头大，然后觉得说怎么办呢？他想尽办法要解决这个问题。
It's like this. If you buy an iPhone every 2 years the way Apple wants you to, in 10 years you've got these 5 iPhones stacked up in your house. And then computers, video games,
Yeah, 所以这个你如果每2年换一个这个新的手机，那这个你10年就有5个手机堆在家里面了。那这个也是很大的问题，而且现在手机越来越贵，我觉得 ridiculously expensive.
So you don't want to throw them out, but you kind of give them to your kids to use, or you maybe lend them to a friend to use. So it's expensive electronic garbage just sitting around your house.
Yeah, 所以这个也是一个很大的问题因为手机公司希望你大概2年换一个手机，但是那手机我觉得很奇怪，那么贵所以而且我觉得现在手机比较不耐用我有一个手机现在已经用了10年了，而且非常的好still.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, 那个是很旧的手机，但是我现在不会用来打电话，但是我用来上网，用来干嘛？非常的好用。那可是我后来买了新的手机，有一个买了2年左右就挂了。所以我 I suspect, they're making cell phones of poorer quality now.
Yeah,
so that you can,
planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
That is a word for it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, but it's not just cell phones, it's everything.
Everything, yeah.
And so the problem of electronic garbage is like one of the issues of our day that no one kind of wants to deal with. It's a very thorny issue because these components are tiny.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous to take them apart, and it's dangerous to handle the remains. But we need, we're mining new stuff in order to fill our new phones.
Yeah.
And it would be great if we could literally recycle our old phones to do this, but they're very, very hard to recycle. So this is why we say reduce, reuse, and then recycle. Recycling isn't the main thing. You first use less.
Last resort.
And then you try to use things for as long as possible. And then at the last resort, you recycle the thing that you were forced to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
所以这个 recycle 应该是最后一个手段。其实大家要减少你的使用量减少买新的东西。
But it's super hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
So when they finally, back to the story of the Ridwells, when they finally found a proper location, by proper location, they mean a legal location whereby you could collect all sorts of dangerous chemicals in a place and your neighbors would be okay with it, the law would be okay with it, and, this kind of thing is proper location. They offered to collect everyone's old batteries. Yay! So they set up their business and people started being able to get rid of their electronic garbage and drop them off at the recycling center. They felt good because they could get rid of it to someone who would take care of it properly.
所以当他们 finally 终于找到一个 a proper 就是适当的 location 可以处理可以丢他们的电池的时候呢 they offered to 就是主动提出，所以他们主动提出要 collect everyone's old batteries， 要收集一下每个人的旧电池，然后呢 drop them off。 drop off 在这里呢不是丢的意思，而是说把东西送到某个地方，所以他们把大家的电池收集起来，送到哪里去呢？送到这个 recycling center 这一个回收中心所以交给他们专业的处理。
And the response they got from people was overwhelmingly positive because people were like, yay, a solution to our electronic garbage problem. So the pair decided to collect other difficult-to-recycle items from their neighbors as well.
好，然后呢 ，the response they got， 他们得到的回应呢是 overwhelmingly positive。overwhelmingly 就是压倒性的 positive 正面。好，所以大家都说，哎呀，太棒了，你们能够帮大家解决这个问题实在太好了。所以呢 ，the pair 就是这一对父子，他们 decided to， 他们决定要 collect 收集其他的 difficult to recycle items， 其他很难回收的物件 from their neighbors， 从他们邻居那边，他们收一些其他的很难回收的物件。
Eventually, their service grew into Ridwell. So they didn't start off with this giant company with a website and all sorts of customers. They started off local, which is actually the best way to grow business. You start by doing what you can, and then as you get good at it, expanding it, and then you go big.
好 ，eventually 就是后来，好，就经过一段时间之后呢，他们的这个服务呢就 grew into Ridwell， 就慢慢他们的服务就成长成为他们觉得可以开公司做这件事情。
So the company works by collecting items from customers who sign up for the service. If you sign up for something, you register for it.
也就是注册的意思，或者报名 sign up for something。那在这里他们是 sign up for the service， 就是注册要取得这个服务。所以这个公司呢 works， 他们怎么样运作呢？他们的运作就是 collecting items， 收集一些物品 from customers， 从顾客那里收集来。那是什么样的顾客呢？ Customers 怎么样呢？是 customers who sign up for the service， 有注册要这个登记要使用这个服务的这些顾客。
Employees will stop by customers' houses every 2 weeks to pick up different recyclable items. If you stop by, it means you briefly pause at a place to do a thing. So, like if I said to my friend, I'm going to stop by next week to pick up those DVDs you wanted to lend me.
好，所以 stop by 通常就是顺道拜访或者顺便去。那它核心的意义就是你在那里待很短暂的时间，叫 stop by， 就是你去，然后呢待很短的时间。那这些人去那里只是收这些回收物品的，所以他们不会说在那边留下来喝茶、吃点心啊什么的，所以他们只是 stop by， 到那边东西收了就走了，这叫 stop by。所以 employees 就公司的聘雇人员呢，会去这些顾客的家里面，是 every 2 weeks， 就是每2周去一次。去干嘛呢？ To pick up， 在这里是收集的意思，去拿 different 不同的 recyclable items， 不同的可回收的物件。
Ridwell provides specific bags and bins to put certain types of things in, such as clothes, plastics, light bulbs, and more. Now, this is very important for America because America literally puts their food garbage and plastic garbage, everything all in one thing. And even recycling bins, people aren't really in the habit of cleaning out their plastic containers before they throw it in the recycling. So most recyclable garbage in the U.S. is absolutely unrecyclable because the people are not encouraged or taught to actually recycle things well. So what this company does is they actually provide a specific bag for every specific thing. So then people are basically encouraged to wash things, and they're separating them at the pickup point, which means that the company spends less time separating garbage at its place and dealing with like unsafe things or dirty things. So it's actually very smart that they do this. They're like, here's a bag for your clothes. Here's a bag for your plastic wrap. Here's a bag for your plastic clamshells.
Yeah. 好，所以这个其实跟我们台湾这个很多地方它这个回收箱分类回收的箱子类似的感觉，类似的 idea。所以说这个公司呢，他们提供 specific 特定的袋子或者是 bins 就是箱子，那它这个字也可以用来指垃圾桶，那在这里大概只有指的箱子，来放不同的东西 to put certain types of things in， 就是每个箱子是有特定的东西可以放进去例如说 clothes 那这个袋子或这个箱子专门让你放废弃的衣服，不要的衣服。 plastics 专门这个地方让你放塑胶，然后呢或者专门的地方让你放袋子或者是箱子让你放 light bulbs 就是电灯泡，还有 more。好，那这个跟我们现在最少我住的地方的回收是一样的状况，就是东西的它会不同的箱子，你如果纸类的这个回收物放这里，好，那塑胶类的放这里，便当的话冲洗一下之后你放在这里，然后这个金属类放在这里等等，它是分得很开的。
So a detailed list on the company's website explains the exact types of items that can go in each bin and on what days they will be collected and new ones delivered. So they really are doing very well at doing the separation right there and getting the customers to do the work of the separation, which keeps their product streams clean, which means they actually can be recycled in an effective way.
所以有一个 detailed 很详细的一个 list 一个名单，在这公司的网站上面有一个很详细的名单，解释 what exact types of items 就哪一些特定的非常精确的告诉你哪些东西要被放在哪一个 bin 里面，而且呢 on what days 是在哪一天 they 就是指这些 bins will be collected 会被收走，然后呢 new ones 收走之后他就给你新的这些 bins delivered 会送来给你，所以他们收走旧的这个 bins 或者 bags 的时候，他们就会提供给你新的，让你就继续装。
Not only does Ridwell clean, sort, and recycle difficult items like food bags and food delivery packaging, and those really are difficult items because that's the kind of stuff that really needs to be recycled, but is generally the hardest too because it's dirty and oily and greasy. And so they do a good job of making it actually clean and recyclable. And they also reuse old clothing by washing it and sending it to people in need. Like, you got to wash the clothes because some people still don't know that you should put clean clothes in the recycling bins. And sending it to people in need is the harder part. You have to work with a partner who knows where the people in need are and what kinds of clothes they need. Like, that's a way more complicated business than even like plastic packaging.
好，所以 not only 他们不仅仅这个 Ridwell 不但是 clean， 他们会清洁 sort 分类，还有 recycle 回收 difficult items 一些很难回收处理的东西，例如这个 food bags 这个装食物的袋子，因为里面常常油油的等等的，还有 delivery packaging 就是外送的这个包装，所以他们会清洁会分类这些东西然后回收，而且他们也会 reuse 他们会重复的使用 old clothing旧的衣服，怎么重复使用呢？ By washing it 他们会把这个旧的衣服清洗之后呢，会 sending it 会把它送给谁呢？送给 people in need 就是有需要的人。好，那这一部分大概比较难，他们要确定然后能够找出来真正是有需要的人。
Now, at the low cost of only at the low cost of only $12 a month, using Ridwell is a great way to safely get rid of the pesky items lying around the house for years. Pesky means annoying in a tiny way, like mosquitoes are pesky. I mean, it's actually a big annoyance, but it's like a constant small annoyance turning into a big annoyance. That's pesky.
Yeah.好，所以 pesky 就讨人厌的，这个通常这个小东西，像这个蚊子啊等等的。好，所以呢，这个他说 at the cost of 就以什么样的代价呢？以什么样的花费呢？就是每个月$12的花费。那你使用这个 Ridwell 的服务呢，就是每个月$12。这是 a great way to 这是个很棒的方法，可以 safely get rid of 很安全的可以丢掉或者是处理掉这个 pesky 一些很讨厌的一些东西。那这很讨厌的东西怎么样 ？lying around the house。For years 很多年就在散在家里面因为每一个人家里面一定会有些东西是其实你不要了但是也不知道怎么处理那就放在那边，但是有的人喜欢干净的话，一看都觉得哎呦好讨厌的这些东西乱七八糟的。
You know, now that I've looked at Ridwell's transparency page, I feel a lot better about that they're actually doing what they say they're doing.
OK 所以刚才这 Angela 说她看了他们的网站之后觉得这家公司做的事情还不错啦。
I guess. I mean, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope that more people do what they're doing, which is trying to do the right thing and making a business out of it that not only is a service for people, but also helps them like have a job.
Yeah, 好，所以这个希望有更多的公司可以做这样的事情，因为一方面提供工作机会，一方面其实对这个地球也是有一份帮助。
Honestly, if it's about equal exchange.If things are exchanged equally, everything is happy. It's when there's an imbalance, when the profit is made way greater than the service rendered, that's when it starts to be a problem.
好，所以这个地方其实核心的问题就是你的交易要对等，否则的话，如果有人赚了很多很多钱，但是他相对的没有付出来，这个对于环保啊，对于这个永续经营没有付出相对的这个代价或者努力的话，那就不好了。
Yeah. We have some questions here for you. Number one is,How does the subscription business model work?
订阅制商业模式如何运作呢？
The answer is D. Customers pay a fee to get items delivered to continuously get certain things.
答案是 D. 客户支付费用以持续收到特定的物品。
And number two, which of the following is not a benefit of the subscription business model?
以下何者不是订阅制商业模式的好处呢？
B. Businesses can charge customers higher prices. This is not a benefit to the customer, for sure.
好，那答案是 B. 公司可以向客户收取更高的价格，这个不是订阅制商业模式的好处。
And number three, who is most likely to sign up for Ridwell?
谁最有可能会注册使用 ReadWell 的服务？
The answer is A, someone who doesn't know where to recycle certain items.
答案是 A， 不知道在哪里回收特定物品的人。
And number 4, Gary is introducing ReadWell to his friends. Which of his following statements is not true?
好，所以 Gary 正在介绍 ReadWell 给他的朋友们，那他以下哪一个叙述并不正确？
The answer is C. At the beginning, the founders managed to find a safe place to discard old clothes. This was not how ReadWell began their business.
答案是 C， 好，因为 C 说一开始创办人成功找到了一个安全的地方来丢弃旧衣服，好，不对，他们是找到一个地方可以丢旧的废弃的电池，所以 C 这个答案是错误的，因此它是正确答案。
Okay, that is all we have for you today, but please join us again next time for more Ivy English. Until then, bye-bye.